open wide. Welcome to the dentist office, everybody. Everybody's favorite place to be, where the teeth get drilled, but the smiles get brighter. I should never be a dentist, because that's a terrible tagline. Welcome to Dr. Rogers' dentist office, where the teeth get drilled, but the smiles get brighter. Everybody would want to come, right? Well, we have this tooth over here, and teeth are rather complex creatures. They're actually bones that are in your mouth. They're like visible bones. And we like to keep them strong. So if there's ever any plaque in there that then develops a depression and erodes the tooth, then you get a cavity. We need to fill those cavities so you don't end up getting an infection in your mouth that can lead to more complications. So it's really good to go see the dentist 2 times per year for preventative care. But it can be really expensive. I mean, they take x-rays, and then the dentist, who's highly trained and highly educated, looks at those x-rays to try and help you. So all of that, 2 times per year, if you didn't have insurance, would cost you hundreds of dollars. So what I advise is, through your employer, getting dental insurance, because dental insurance can significantly reduce the amount of money you have to pay when you go in to get just yearly or twice yearly checkups, or in the event that you do have a cavity, it can help defray some of that cost. So what we're going to do now is leave the tooth, leave the smiles, leave Dr. Rogers' DDS fake dental office, because I'm not a dentist. I would be a terrible dentist. We're going to go back to the classroom so we can analyze exactly how much money you would save versus not save if you had or did not have dental insurance. Let's go. So let's go take a look at what some of the costs are related to dental insurance. Here's a sample plan. This is one that I've had for a few years and is pretty common around the United States. Dental insurance will cover 100% of preventative exams. What does that mean? What is a preventative exam? That's where they take x-rays of your teeth to look for any decay. It's where somebody looks inside, pokes it with, the little metal pieces to make sure that all the bones are still hard, because if they're soft, that means that there might be decay in your tooth. It also includes a cleaning, right? Where they go and floss your teeth and brush your teeth and like scrape off plaque. So all of that is preventative. It's meant to help you not get cavities. And the insurance companies want to compensate you for that, because they don't want to help you pay for more expensive procedures later. So those are typically covered at 100%, because insurance companies want to encourage you to go do that 2 times per year. Now, for dental insurance, if you do have something minor or major, they will cover either 80% or 50%, depending on whether it's minor or major. So restorative, to restore a tooth to its previous condition. Well, if you have a filling where they need to drill out some of the decay and then put in a composite filling so that it looks like your old tooth, that's a minor procedure, right? You can be in and out of the dentist office in under an hour to do that. They're going to cover 80% of that. What is major restorative? Things get a little dicier here. Sometime, if your cavity is so big that it takes up almost the whole surface of the tooth, they have to drill off the entire top half of your tooth. And then they put on top of it what's called a crown. You can think of you putting a crown on a king or a queen. They're putting a crown on top of your tooth because there's no more top half of your tooth. That procedure is a major restorative procedure, and it is super expensive. Getting a crown can be upwards of $1,000, and insurance is going to defray the cost by 50%. Next, we have our deductible. So before they pay anything outside of the preventative exam, before they pay any minor or major funds to you, you have to pay a deductible of $50. And then typically they have a maximum benefit of anywhere between $750 and $1,500. So if you have like 1 crown, 2 crown, 3 crown, 4 crown in a year, right, that would be super expensive. If they covered half of that, That'd be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to replace your decaying teeth. If they paid half of that, that would be $2,000. That would be beyond the maximum benefit, so you'd be on your own after that. So this is typically what dental insurance looks like. How much does it cost you to have dental insurance? The monthly premiums are typically around $15 if you're in a group insurance plan through your employer. If you add your spouse, it's double that. If you add children, it's a little bit more. And if you have the whole family, it can be anywhere between $60 and $100 a month, right? These are monthly premiums. So you're saying, well, that's kind of a lot of money, right? If it's $15 a month and I multiply that by 12, that's $180. You want me, Mr. Rogers, to pay $180 for dental insurance? No, thanks. I'll just take my chances. Well, what do you see how much of this stuff costs? Here I have 2 annual visits to the dentist. In trip 1, we just have an exam and cleaning. All right, so they don't find any decay. They don't find the need for any crowns, but because of the x-rays, which is on expensive machinery, and the time of the dentist and the hygienist, the dental hygienist is the one who cleans your teeth, the person who cleans your teeth, that's $150. If you had insurance, it would be free. So with insurance, you pay nothing. So out of your $180 in insurance, you've already almost eclipsed all that. So now you're at negative $30 because you've paid $180 in premiums, but you've already gotten $150 back. On your second exam, you pay for the whole year's worth, right? So $150 in trip 1, $150 in trip 2, but in trip 2, you were eating too much candy and not brushing your teeth as frequently as you should. Remember, morning and night. I know you always remember night, but brush them in the morning, come on. So that filling cost you $300. So they drilled out the decay, put a composite filling in, and then for your troubles, charged you $300. Well, you're going to have to pay some of that. You're going to have to pay the deductible, and then you're going to have to pay 20% because the insurance company will pay 80% of that. You're going to have to pay 20%. So after you pay 50 and 20% of this is 60, right? So plus 50. So this all together is $110, right? So you're going to pay $110 for this filling instead of the full $300. So what does that look like? Well, if I have insurance, I've paid $180 and I've paid $110 for that filling. So I've paid $290 between premiums and between services. So $290 is my dental expense for the full year. Okay. Well, what if you were self-insured? Self-insured means you don't have insurance, you just pay by yourself. Well, this would be $150. The next exam would be $150. And the filling would be $300. 150, 150, and 300 makes 600. Wow. Okay. So you're seeing that it's worth it. To have dental insurance for all those procedures, you paid $290. If you did not have insurance, it would have cost you $600. Worse yet, you'd have been like, I'll be fine. I like brush and floss every once in a while. And then you could build up major, major damage over the years by lying to yourself and saying, I don't need the dentist. I'll be fine. So a lot of people who don't have dental insurance pretend they can live without it. And then when they actually get to the dentist, realize that they have major restorative damage. And then they have to have a painful procedure that is even more expensive. You might be wondering how I know this. When I lived in England, I didn't have dental insurance. Dentists are not so much of a thing in England, you know, like teeth. Cleanliness and hygiene is just like not as big of a deal over there culturally. So I was like, I'm going to adapt to the culture and not go to the dentist for 2 years. So when I was living over there, I didn't go for 2 years. I didn't have dental insurance. When I got back to the States, I found out that I needed a crown because I had a cavity that got worse and worse and worse, took over the whole tooth. That tooth had to be drilled down and put a crown on top of it. It cost $1,000. So long story short, make sure you get dental insurance and make sure you go twice a year so that you don't have to get crowns because they hurt and they're super expensive. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.